Hello, live stream. Hello, world. Here we are. And those that will watch it live and those that are watching will watch it by video. Now we're recording. Thank you, everyone. We got a little, it's exactly time. All right. So today, good job, Maggie. I imagine that's Maggie. This is Alive with Us. And this is our 12th session. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays. We are in the middle of discussing long throw, short throw, long throw, and this thing called Life Upgrade Coaching. And I looked up at the clock on Tuesday and went, instead of like 15 minutes, it's been 55 minutes or something like that. And it was like, okay, then that's going to be, we're going to continue on. So that's what we'll do. I always have something like, well, let's do this. But then the universe sometimes goes, no, I don't think so. And then it just goes, here's what you'll be doing. So the sharing, how many like the sharing where somebody goes, this is what I'm doing, this is what happened, you got heard something, experienced something in what we're doing, and then you applied it, and then an upgrade happens. That's what this is all about. It's not just about little talking head Babette over here. It's about if we can hear and understand what I call a law, and not like right, wrong law, just, like gravity is a law. If you drop something, it falls. So there's another law called propulsion and lift. So if there's gravity, it rules until propulsion and lift take it into flight and that kind of stuff. So there are lower laws and there are higher laws. How many are going, higher law, please? Yes, anyone? There's the laws of cause and effect. I believe they still work. And right and wrong, how many know that's in there? Like you're right and I'm wrong, or I'm right and you're wrong, or that's where war comes from. That's where all this stuff is going on. It's like, so not it. And I mean, I'm in my little world, I'm going to call it that for now, compared to what's going on about how do we live harmoniously? How do we live where everyone wins? How do we live where every child is educated, loved, secure, safe? How many, and all of us too as well, how many where every plant on the planet is thriving in the way that it can be and should, that our water is pure, our air is pure, our earth is pure. So I've come up with, we're our particular new book, my Word Made Flesh version 2, that there's more to it. I have to read it because it's changed a few times. What I believe my mission now is, primarily in this conversation, is to move from disease management into health ease. And I did a little rearranging of letters today, and like disease rearranges to is ease, just like war, raw, just like evil, live. How many get there's, it could be pretty easy, just rearrange our consciousness. So instead of fighting against disease, how many like the idea of restoring ease? That's what this is all about. So all of our body language is, how many have seen it? It's never, how many thought when you first got on this thing or with me or whatever, me too, I did too, but how many of us felt embarrassed that we scratched our cheek? I mean, me too. I mean, truly, I'm not just, seriously, it's like still 50 years in the game. And I go, look over there. I mean, what? I mean, do y'all get that? Happened to potentially to everyone as an eternal being of light who fell from grace by eating from the fruit of the tree, metaphor of the knowledge or thinking of right and wrong, good and evil, as an eternal being of light. And so I keep going, what? All right, what's the story there? We're eternal beings of light. We come to earth and we forget we're connected with our creator. We have every gift of our creator. How many forgot him? How many forgot that God is you in you? How many forgot? How many grew up with a socialization, not wrong, mom and dad, life, school, all that stuff, that didn't necessarily go, scripture says, ye are gods. I'm glad right now that my Sunday school teacher didn't go, all right, you little ones, you are gods, because we are already full of ourselves. Anyone? Come on, it says in there, ye are gods. And so many people know these things shall you do and greater things shall you do. Yeah, but that was just for this one guy. Anyone? And thank you, Denise, for going, hello, I think I'll be clearing something and thriving. All right. Now, again, how many even go, oh, was I scratching? Oh, so I believe that shame, blame, guilt, right, wrong, good, bad, hot, cold, embarrassment is something that, forgive me, but that's what it, embarrassed. They were bare, and they, come on, they could have just turned their hiney a little bit and that would have been spiritual. They turned the other cheek. Could be. I choose to know. All right. So do you get that we have potentially been in a holodeck of our creator? We came here and let's just look at E-A-R-T, H-E-A-R-T, H-E-A, earth. One letter shifted, heart. So we're here to create with love, not create in right and wrong. How many got that? Everybody, as a possibility, how many minimum are going, could be. And how many get, the only one we really have to forgive is ourselves. And then if we have a charge with somebody else, it's our charge. We forgive them, but we're forgiving them in us. And then the miracle, just I'm building the whole stream again, the miracle of we can listen to our words. By your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. Oh, how many get that means whatever you say, you get. Decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. I mean, if I've been espousing this for a long time, and I'm waking up on a moment to moment basis on, if I decree a thing, I decree it so specific, it's a thing. I'm going to get that. Oh, decree a thing, not decree toward a thing. So I'm starting to wake. I mean, yeah, I might be further ahead than most people. So what? I mean, if you still see me, I'm still working on stuff. So my point is this, that we've got language. We can begin to simply listen to what we're saying, put it out on the table, and then go, is that my highest choice? Well, and keep saying it until our whole being goes, yes, that's it. Yes. Okay. I'm going to like it. I mean, how many want to speak consciously? I was giving Charles some time on that. How many like it? How many who, yes. No, not how many want. Now, again, raise your hand if you got caught. Got it? Right? It's so funny. And Victoria's been doing this longer than anyone here, other than me. And no judgment. Why did I give you? And how many went a little, oh man, no, just go, oops, or recommit, oops, or recommit, oops, or recommit, oops, or recommit, oops, or recommit. Come on, don't shame, blame, guilt. No. So again, why do I share that? And if you could see me share with people that are the highest level, trained, so many years, so many thousands of hours, so many whatever, and I go, how many want to? And it's a trick. I'm a trickster because the illusion is attempting to trick us. How many get, there's something out there going, I don't want to be my I am that I am. Anyone? How many get that? All right. So how many choose to be as wise as a serpent and as loving as a dove? Anyone? I mean, a combo of that is really good instead of just so loving, because you got a little serpent energy out there going, like whatever. So now all right, so I'll build this thing. So we got languaging we wake up to. I remember, you don't learn it. I remember the language of my heart. It's so much faster, real. I mean, maybe it's the only way to really do it is not learn how to say it right, because right, wrong. That's the issue. So then we've got body language. Ooh. Which is literally signaling the return of the blessings that have already been delivered that we get to agree to. When you pray, ask, believing you receive, and you receive. When you pray, ask, believing, be alive in. That's so big. Ask, seek, knock. Got it? And so if I say, please God, give me, thank you, that's a prayer. It's delivered. It's delivered. It's delivered. I mean, for me, I went, I asked and I said, thank you, and it didn't happen. Don't say it didn't happen, self. No, it happened. It just got delivered in the unseen or invisible world. Oh, that's the way it works. You ask, you receive, you seek, you get. Ask, verbal request, seek, mental attitude, knock, physical action. Do all three of those, home run, Trinity. So I'm going to go, all right, thank you. How many love it for all of my prayers that are constructive and blessing me in all life everywhere? How many have had some stinky prayers? Come on. How many wish for somebody to have whatever? Oops. So forgive all the snotty ones. It's not the right one. And thank you for all the blessing prayers that I've given. And you can even start giving them. And then thank you for them. Now, they already landed. They're in our world. They were delivered in the invisible with liberty and justice for all. That's my little standing. All right. So I'm going to get indivisible. But anyway, do you all get, okay, so I'm walking around with potentially a bunch of unappreciated and received and agreed to prayers. 100%. That's 100% of what I found is true. Nobody told me that. I found that's true. And looking in the eyes is how I found it. I could see all these, I saw limitation, contractions, confusion, but I realized, if somebody's got fear, they're actually suppressed courage. If somebody's got confusion, they're here for massive clarity. Our greatest weakness shall be our greatest strength. Anyone? Does that change? Then all you have to do is sit in your world going, what sucks? What's not working well? Make a list and go, oh, now if you haven't done a prayer, do a prayer now. Dear God, thank you for giving me, or now that I'm supplied, now that I'm healthy. Notice I'm actually using a word where I do my prayer and I'm agreeing with and imagining when you pray, ask, call, believing, be alive in, having received. Now that I'm thriving, now that I'm secure, now that I live in my harmonious family, now that we share. Now, Carlin's over there going, so she had a little, so body language how many know body language talks while you're here? How many little, anyone? I like seeing me. Look, all of these are the blessings going, not, but how many didn't know that until now or till you started studying this stuff? Me neither. And then when I started waking up, I realized, and bigger than anything for me is how much we're loved. How much that if I can look in someone's eye and actually see their strength waiting for agreement, and I've got a way to share with them, do you have this, do this, do, and they can get it. And then as they begin to, it's so important, as they begin to accept, receive, agree to their strength, their blessing return, their eyes change, their life changes, their countenance changes, the oxygenation in their blood changes for good. How many love? So every one of us, our path is laid before us by grace, however that's figured out. I'll leave that up to our Creator. And all we have to do is love profoundly. It could be love others. Yes, do that. But love your Creator, love life, love you, love all your errors, touch everything with love. And that makes us magnetic to good. So in this thing called Life Upgrade Coaching, the short throw is, I'd like to get rid of the pain. We're in our new version of My Word Made Flesh. We're really coming up with, in my view, an exacting way to get what's going on, and it's languaged. It's systematized even more than the first version. And even to the point now I can actually put this in the words that we're one of my brands, one of my missions in life is to transform disease management into healthcare ease. And you don't have to change your modality. You don't have to do any of that. You just add it. Every healthcare professional anywhere on the planet that gets this goes, I can add that because it's not a threat to me. It'll just make my life, so let's fight cancer. Why would we fight cancer when, how many get it? We're going to replace cancer. Oh, anyone? How many like that? We're going to fight stress. We're going to suppress stress. How about bring ease? Let's start having fun. Even that. How many like having fun for no reason? Anyone? It'll be Deb. Thank you very much. How many go? It's all in us. Many people are going, I'm having fun. It's so fun. And then I'll mention usually right when in the middle of like they have anguish and whatever, and they're starting to love it. So I feel so much better. You forgot to tell your face. Oh, and they immediately their countenance changes because they remember, oh yeah, tell my face, tell myself. So in this transition, which I'm inviting you to share for a bit here, what each, like how many have been with somebody when they went through the veil and they had a miracle happen or they had an upgrade happen? How many have been with somebody in this setting anyway? How many of us moved up scale, witnessing and experiencing and partnering and voting victory as they moved up scale? There's only one of us here. Scripture, if you're not one, you're not mine. So, okay, all right. So now do you get, and for me, this always fascinated me. The shift is going to happen in the twinkling of an eye, like a thief in the night, like a twink. And of course, I do eyes. So I'm going, well, that means we get our eyes twinkling. How many like the idea of having right now, have your eyes twinkle? How like, how many know not a little baby? How many little babies would come in? They got twinklers. Yes or no? Come on, they got twinklers. That's all they're like still in the middle of being spirit embodied coming into flesh. Even with a poopy diaper, they have twinkles in their eyes. Come on now, yes or no? Come on. They might be going cleaning up, but I mean, I got twinkles. So now do you get, all right, like in the twinkling of an eye, like a thief in the night. What does thief in the night mean? You don't know. It just happens. How many like when your grace already landed and we're the last to know? That's what this is all about. And so when we go scratch, scratch, do, that's our innate intelligence in us. I'm going to say our spirit, our creator. I'm going to all that. So find your words for that. Telling us, go here and accept. I restore my blessings. I love hearing this. I don't like hearing that. I can, I will. I can, I will, 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 I can. But how many just scratch your nose? How many, me too, didn't have a clue that our hands emit light? This is the temple of the Most High Living God. Anyone, this is the temple of the Most High Living God. Anyone. It's not God. Our body is not, so to speak, our spirit. Our spirit rides, or I'm going to say it like a rider rides a horse, our spirit rides this form. And thank goodness we've got this biofeedback, amazing machine that lets us know when we're harmonious and when we're disharmonious. Anyone? So do you get, our body is letting us know, yes, that's it. No, that's not it. Yes, that's it. No, but how many have talked yourself out of your full potential? Go back to a short throw, and have been attempting to move up just enough to get rid of the pain, make just enough wealth and supply so you can pay your bills, not have any more money. How many have had just created enough relationship harmony so you're not bitchy with each other? So you can all walk around the house going, it's fine. Doesn't bother me. Anyone? How's your marriage? Good. Forgot to tell your face. And our kids look at that going, no. Oh, I mean, I did. Anyone else? You know, my mom would go, she drank a 5.5 whiskey every day, 186 IQ. I didn't even know it was real. I had to look it up to find out that that's true. And was an attack dog. And she would go, and she got her hair done like 3 or 4 times a week. She wore furs, leopard fur, real fur in the summer. And if she went, that my dad would run from wherever to give her a lit cigarette. If you ever can remember Jim Carrey, when he does that almost throw up thing, that's, I mean, I didn't know him back then when I was at that age, but I mean, literally it was almost like, no, I'm not going to. Anyone? How many went resist, hate that, and went out and created something exactly the opposite, which may not have been who we are? Or how many resisted it until you duplicate it? Luckily, I didn't duplicate it. But all right, so now our body is telling us, and our life repeating situations are telling us what blessing is knocking on our door. And it's frequently knocking on our door in the opposite or the counterfeit of who we are. So if anybody's going, I'm struggling with not enough, that means you're not picking a goal of your full value. Talk to me. How many get it? How many love the idea? Oh, wait. I've been trying to get enough to get by. Your creator's going, not going to let you do that. You're going to have to struggle to struggle. Either you pick your full measure or you're going to have a hard time. Even now, how many felt relief with that? How many could feel something move in your body? Raise your hand. Relief, lifting, aha. Cynthia, hello. Yes, good. So me too, me too. So go, all right. And I share this, I have to, and I am to the degree I am applying this in my life. I mean, these words come out of my mouth, but they're for me. They're for me. And so what we're doing right now, the distinction here, I'm watching my time, the distinction between short throw, just enough to get by, get rid of the pain, feel better. How are you feeling today? Well, my pain's an 8, it's much better. Well, let's see if we can get it down to a 5. What? What have we done to talk ourselves into that? Globally, can we see how whacked this whole thing is? And I prefer not to hate it. I'm saying let's replace it. So my particular service right now is like, let's take dis, which is unease, and let's wake our world up into restoring ease. You don't have to change the modality. If the modality, and frequently, somebody's doing drug therapy or surgery or whatever, let's not do it to get rid of something, even though that may be a fraction of it. Let's do whatever we do to restore something. Just the words restore. Can you imagine the physician or the healthcare professional saying, all right, if you continue on in this particular path, here's what I've seen happen. Not you're going to die in 3 weeks. If you continue on, what I've seen happen is people. So let's change some things right now and get a miracle. Everyone that's going to work with anyone about health, wealth, happiness, joy, fitness, anything, find out if that person has actually been victorious in what you're working with. If not, find someone else. If not, and no matter what, go to your creator. Don't trust anybody outside. You trust your creator inside. How many get, all right. So now do you get, all right, if we move from getting rid of something into restoring something. Physics say that you cannot destroy energy, so you can't get rid of disease. Just simply put, you can't get rid of it. You can reshape it, transform it, transmute it, rename it to ease. So disease, the letters rearranged to is ease. So I'm thinking I'm going to put an apostrophe. Eyes, ease. I'm working it. I just did all this like the last 5 minutes, so I'll work it. Well, I'm like is ease. I is ease. Anyone? It's phonetically not accurate, but maybe the universe doesn't use English. Who knows? So now, all right, so the complete transformation. How many, this is like for me, when I go complete transformation, my little self goes a little more here, a little better there, a little better here, that, oh, McDonald had it does, it sings a song. But a complete transformation means I am made new. So I'm going, all right, if I'm made new, I might as well right now in my walk of faith start doing everything new. How many like doing everything and sleep on a different side of the bed? I have to do different food. I mean, how many like the idea of if I wouldn't do that, I'd go do it. That's what I normally do by habit. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else. But now we can add in our body language. Number one, body language will tell us what strength is knocking on our door, what blessing is to be received. For those who know, how many love it? I listen in a brand new way. Well, I had hair, but I listen in a brand new way. I listen in a brand new way. Come on, how many love it? Wow. How many? Just try it out. That's what I did. Yeah, that's why I started learning everything. The cheeks show how we feel. Again, I can, I will, I can. This is so simple. It's waking this up. Do you get? It's a spirit-rich conversation. If we will listen and agree and understand and agree with all you're getting and understanding. Oh, scripture, before you have asked, I have answered, God says. Wow, before you have asked, I have answered. I share this, and I'm still in awe of how much our Creator is going, look, your path is laid before you. I am the open door that no man can shut. And all you got to do is walk through the door and turn the lights on. And that means we get specific. When you pray, ask, believing, be alive in your miracle already returned. And then inside of every problem, that tight thing is the solution. And again, what I'm doing right now is creating, in my view, making us malleable for being made new. So if I can, one way I do it is how deep the contraction is, how deep the reaction. Like we have someone on our team right now that works with, we have a number of people actually in our whole team that work with PTSD and people who've been to war, et cetera, operators in the field of war who come home who've got challenges. So that contraction, PTSD, lets me know right away that these are the people, once they understand where they are, not who they are, and what they're here to restore, they're the ones that are going to embody peace where war cannot exist ever again. Now, the minute I know that, I can help them, even if I just sit and be with them, even if I just vibrate on the planet with them. Do it now, yes or no? The woman, the mother, the wife, or whatever who got beat up by her husband, that ain't ever happening again. Got it? Why? Because our greatest weakness, once that person owns sovereignty, yes or no? And once the whole family owns sovereignty, that everyone in our family is loved, honored, respected, and touched with love and safe and secure. Fact. And there's no other option. And I mean that. There's no other option. And when we mean that behavior of that individual, male, female, whatever it is over, because they won't exist anymore if they keep it up. Now, I'm not saying go kill somebody unless you have to. Now, wait a minute. Do you understand? If somebody cannot control, I'm serious. Come on. I know this is a little wiggle. I'm watching Deb going, doodle. Me too. But I'm not suggesting, what I'm suggesting is let's be so strong. We don't got to kill anybody, that they feel we mean what we say. How many like long throw, peace on our planet? How close are we? Our current government and our current administration and our current stuff going on, it's crazy. And it's the last throw of an illusionary, intellectual, separated humanity. It's the death of the separated self. And what's coming online through all the nations right now is the heart of each nation. Now, is yes or no? Look at Ukraine. Look what's going on with Ukraine right now. They, our head chief military guy says it's going to be over in 3 days. We're in 40 some days in. He obviously didn't have a clue. Get him out of there. Now, I'm not saying politically, I'm not doing that. Let's take a look at, let's go to me. What am I restoring? I'm in the middle, moment to moment of saying, what's my big throw? My body will tell me. It has not been lightweight body signals in my last months. It's been extraordinarily profound body signals, life and death body signals. I wrote the book, my word made flesh. All right. I didn't realize I was writing it for me. And I realize it now, even though I knew I should be writing it. I knew that my little self would like to go cruise along, and no, my great self says you're going to play, you got to play full out, or you're off the planet. That's where we're coming to. How many get that? How many get? I'm not asking for stress. I'm simply saying jump back in and play full out. And be motivated by benefit. Don't be motivated by I got so bad I had to play full out. No, I choose to play full out. I play 125. I share immediately what's up for me. I teach my world how to honor me. How many love that kind of stuff? So the contraction of life is revealing the trajectory we've gone down scale. And the moment we get into I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel, I choose to make this fun and easy, we restore. The tendency is going to restore until the stress diminishes. That's the tendency of the human condition. So in this thing called Life Upgrade Coaching, we got a 4-hour class on it, a boot camp as our third in a series, Saturday. What I can share with you is I'm going to use all these codes, ways to read out what's happening. How many like to have 15 different signals that all confirm each other? Instead of just, well, I hope that I'm going to call 1-900 psychic connection and tell me what's going on. No, you got the best connection in the world right now, called your thoughts, your words, your feelings, your body language, repeating patterns. You've got laws of what I call scripture, which I'm not talking religion. I'm talking just laws, quantum physics laws, quantum mechanics laws. What you put your attention upon, that you become. That's pretty simple. Yes or no? How many have found that driving? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'll keep my eyes on the road. Hello. Pretty evident. How many are talking with somebody and they're driving along and you're going, look at the road, what's the road? Because we know that if they're looking over here, they're not looking ahead. Anyone? I mean, how many get? So the whole thing is so practical. And now our greatest weakness should be our greatest strength. And I will pour you out a blessing greater than you can contain, pressed down and overflowing. And that means we're going to overflow. In public, usually. How many are excited now? I mean, come on. How many like to have grace overflow you and you get it and you're saying yes? And you're not sitting there going, right now, grace is overflowing me. This is very nice. No, you're riding the wave yourself. You're real. You're completely hooked up. In the world, you shall know me by the fruit of my labor. You're seeing miracles happen. And so the person is going from emotion into motion. Their love is overflowing. Tears frequently happen, and they're not usually tears of sad. They're tears of joy, sad joy, exchanging each other. They're tears of I can into how I can. The I don't know into I remember. Oh, I remember. Oh, I got it. Oh, thank you. I got it. I'm going to get, that's what's going on. And the brake pedal has been not too much. This has happened early in life as kids, yes or no, frequently. Don't create, stop pretending, stop pre-ordering, pretend, 10 block, pretend. No, let's be real. Well, wait a minute. How many like having your inner dream become your outer reality because you kept your attention on it and from it? So we have 7 steps. I'm going to go to those in a minute. And first, I'm asking you, so with what I've shared, this is a review, basically, what we've done in the last 11 lives. Where are you now? What's your positioning now? Who's first? Mic yourself and wave. And everyone, please vote victory, see perfection. Thank you. And please share, jump in, especially if you don't want to, you're the one. Go ahead, Charles.
I am starting to finally understand what the conscious language is all about. And I can by memory go, I feel, I love and all, and I realize that that's sort of a quick reactive way of getting ourselves aligned, at least temporarily.
And I'm going to say, instead of reactive, it's a new active way. Reaction means
very,
less
very
love.
much. It's active.
Very love much. Me, yeah. So it's a response versus a reaction. Yes.
And yes.
Cool.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Beautiful. Who else? Jump in, kids. What are you getting? Where are you? What's happening? What are the tools that you're utilizing? Denise.
Okay, so I just when you just made a statement, and you've probably said it before, but it just clicked in my aha moment about your body going from emotion to motion. And that's something I've been experiencing through emotion coming up because of past traumas, whatever, etc. But I'm moving into motion. I'm, taking care of those issues. So that's pretty cool. That just was my aha moment for
Thank
the
you.
moment.
How many love it? And she was saying all this. Her body language was, I mean, we could have watched her hands and noticed how confirming her signals were. Beautiful. Thank you, dear. And how many love it? Emotion, motion, emotion against motion. Enthusiasm is motion. Pain, anger, fear, grief, apathy, unconsciousness, things like that are not wrong. They're just emotion. How many like the idea? Well, I have an emotion. Well, I might have emotion. Cool. Who else? Go ahead, Cynthia.
I'm in the coffee shop, and there's a couple of things that have come across YouTube and Facebook, and
Okay.
I'll read those aloud. So from Willow on YouTube, she says, "So great, love this process, and refreshing to hear someone else who says the same things I think."
Good. Awesome. Thank you.
And then Jenny from Facebook, she says, "I feel the shift. My heart resonates with the frequency of my highest choices returning. Thank you for clarifying the truth of blessings returning."
Oh, good. Thank you. I love that.
Great interaction on other platforms.
Yeah. I love that
Yes.
these people are from Facebook. Just kidding. I know that. I mean, they're on Facebook. They're not from. Just having fun. I'm thinking, oh, they work at Facebook. I'm so literal. It's hilarious. I had to talk myself out of that. Bob, they're on Facebook. They're not from Facebook. Okay, good. And thank you all for sharing. I mean that. Anyone else? Come on now, jump in. What is working? Otherwise, it's not working. Victoria.
I have 3 big ahas for me. And first one is no story. My body is giving me signals. And I go into, well, this happened and this happened and this did this. And because of this, then, shh. Silence the story. Feel and engage in the body movements, in the signals that are saying, this is you, this is not where you are. The body signals are my divine spirit, my temple saying, yo ho, time to listen. And I move toward benefit instead of away from what happened. Move toward your outcome. Now that you have your outcome, what's new and different?
And now say it, now that I have my outcome, just so everybody can hear.
Now that I have my outcome, what is new and different? I talked with my daughter yesterday, and she asked me specific things about my childhood. And I found where my want comes from. Sweetheart, I don't want you to know about my childhood. I don't want versus I am my outcome, and her specifically asking me is her asking for both of us to heal and move forward.
Yeah. Wow.
So specific tools used to get my outcome facilitation, body language, getting out of the story, leaving this, shutting up my head and being in my heart with me fully, loving me.
Somebody love the, well, I mean, imagine your daughter asking you what happened for you, because that's the lineage thing. It's not a curiosity question. I'm going to get that. That's a restorative question. You know, I mean, I thought about this just recently. My grandfather was retired when he was 98. He started having kids when he was 50 some. And so when I was 18, he was already 97, 98 and still working. And I wish I would have been able to talk to him about life. I mean, I saw him, I walked around, You know, I mean, I painted his cottage for him and that kind of stuff, but I didn't know the guy. I mean, he came to me later in dreams, you know, live. I mean, really, really there. And yet it was like, God, I'd really like to know. I mean, Norway, he came from Norway. My grandmother came from Sweden. I would like to know, what was I like? Well, it's in my DNA. It's cool. Cool. Anyone else? What are you applying? And remember, if you're on visual, it's very nice to share. Because you see, you're talking without necessarily verbalizing everything. So anything you're using that's changing for you. Oh, come on, you guys, you can do it. We can help. Why? There's only 9,000 people on Facebook right now watching you. Just kidding. It's only a couple hundred or 50 or 30 or whatever it is. Who knows? All right. So, oh, shy ones. If you had something, no, I'm just going to share this. If you had something to say and you didn't say it, do you get, not wrong, do you get that you held back your spirit? It's going to kick your butt. So I recommend you forgive yourself ahead of time. It's okay. You know, I forgive myself for serving fear. If you had it, how many served fear? Just when I asked the question. One. Anybody else serve fear? How many held back, shy, hold back? No, don't do it. People are there. They're listening. I can see them. They might dig in. How many have some of that going on? Anyone? I used to be phobic to speak in public. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be an overt sharer. Claudia, go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't been on all these calls, but I definitely am drawn to be on them all. And I have not practiced everything we're learning, but it's all resonating with me and starting to fall in place. Just recognizing all these body signals. And sometimes, I mean, to be honest, it's like, am I ever going to be able to like just know them? And I don't have time to go look them up, you know, all the time. So
Say it again. I don't have time.
I don't have time.
Now remember, hear her spirit, maybe learn or remember communion with blessings. I don't have time. Say it again.
I don't have time.
Say it again.
I don't have time.
Say it again.
I don't have time.
Now, is that true?
No.
Oh, y'all, the limitation is never true. It's not wrong. But how many go? How about now say, I find time
I find time
to invest in myself.
to invest in myself.
So this is the language pattern of I don't have time. We bring it up going, is that true? Is that really true? How many have sat there?
Yeah.
You know, Facebooking or TikTok or Reels, or come on, for 7.5 hours a day. Come on. How many have? How many have for an hour a day? How many have done Reels, the little videos? It's like 3 a.m. I have. And I'm crying because they saved the dog, or anyone, or the military person, male or female, sneaks up on the family or the child. I'm like, oh, come on, anyone? Come on. I don't do news anymore. I do Reels on Facebook. Why? Because I mean, and sometimes I'm going, dude, you've been here for a while. Maybe you should put it down. All right. So now do you get Claudia? Stay on, Claudia. You're not done yet. Yes, you can be, but I'm just going to ask you. So do you
I am not done.
Yeah, good job. Good job. Yes. And so how about do you get simply claim I have all the time I require?
I have all the time I require.
I easily invest in me.
I easily invest in me.
Say it again.
I easily invest in me.
And how is that for you?
Good.
How many saw the head first? That was a yes. How many saw it? If she went no, then we got to change it up. It's not wrong. And so when you first started out, I have a bunch of these, something like of these tools, and you said no to them because you said these tools. Now say my tools.
My tools.
My own. I remember my own tools.
I remember my own tools.
And this is where languaging helps, my dear. Thank you for having the courage to share. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you. All right, so now I'm going to go share this little guy. So to remember, everyone, And the steps engage. Can you all see this? Am I good? I got to readjust this. Yes. Thank you for telling me, team. Awesome. And is it, is that big enough or does big enough? Good, good. So engage your limitation and love it. How many have had a pattern that you hated? That you went, I don't want to know you, get away from me. So if you go, I love, I touch, I breathe, I say, I feel, that's a way to re-embody. And when we come online, even if it's pain, we're bringing love to pain. We're not loving the pain like, come on, I'm going to be painful. No, I touch it with love. And then body language will help us put it in words. So when Claudia went no to something like my tools, I'm somewhat remembering. It was not no to her tools. She calls it the or those or whatever tool. The body went, no, they're not those tools. Usually it means my tools, my strength, the strength I'm remembering, my strength. And you will see, oh, our body lets us know without any filters whatsoever the facts of if it's a yay or a nay. And then gets very specific with specificity factors. I had somebody come to me one day in class saying, did you make the word specificity up? I said, no. Are you sure? I said, well, maybe somewhere down the line I might have. Anyway, and then you're going to upgrade. Conscious language decrees, reverse the curse and or upgrade. That's what we just did with Claudia. You know, I don't have time. I choose to have time. God in me has time. There is no time. I am already supplied. And how many love the idea? I already remember. We just folded space on that illusion of time. Now that I'm fulfilled, now that I master my tools, even though I haven't been in every one of these and they're still recorded, I can go watch them. How many like the idea of just this moment going, I remember I am that I am. And I am that I am is I is that I is and I be that I be. So I just share that's just not English acquit. And then you shift into now, again, I already have through imagination. Come on, this is the fastest. Neville would say, instead of imagining toward, imagining from something. Imagine from being fulfilled. Imagine from being masterful. Imagine from being, well, yeah, you know, highly capable and a ninja about this stuff. And then change your frequency with conscious nutrition and faith builders. For me, we're building out a whole way for people to understand if something's up in my body, and let's say I go get a kidney herb. What you do, and instead of me listing a particular specific brand, is you go get your kidney herbs and you go read kidney and you ask yourself these questions, and then you give those decrees at that point. It's going to make it so much easier to have an open architecture with nutrition. And essential oils are essential because they change frequency, they're olfactory. I'm going to keep real high focus on essential oils are the carrier. They're the one that set aside doubt, etc. I don't have time. That would set aside that belief system while I have plenty of time. Everyone get your oils, walk around, and it may only take a few oils to do the deal. Find them. Next one, then outcome map. What's my new life? Now, I did put down here just this morning, 5 minutes before we started, dis-ease management into is eased. Dis-ease, same letters. Got an evil, live, war, raw, that kind of stuff. Just thought I'd share that. All right. Then we covered this the other day. I love a touch of breathe, stay, I feel. Thank you, Maggie, for, come on now. How many have touched something and didn't run? I'm not saying the wood stove in essence. And I breathe. If you knew the number of people, I love, I touch, say, I love, I touch. And they say, I breathe. And they don't breathe. Then I say, well, breathe. Oh. How many know if you hold your breath, you're holding on to a pattern? I stay. I touch and I stay is the home run. I touch and I stay. I touch and I stay. I touch and I stay. How many get that? When we say I stay, our feeling world, our 800-pound spiritual gorilla inside that's all powerful, honey, I'm home, happens. And then I feel. I love a touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel, any order. And then, you know, what? Covered that before. That's the language. We're going much deeper into the conscious language in our new version of My Word Made Flesh. So there are, oopsie doodle. These are the codes that I'm using and you can learn. And I just have, I'm going to say got clear. I'll put it that way. Clearer, whatever. We will be creating a step by step by step, my Word Made Flesh facilitator program, training, and certification. If you're interested in that, I recommend you apply, because it's not just open. You get to apply. We talk to you about it, and we find out if you're aligned. Even if you don't even know you're aligned, your body will tell us. So you don't even have to say anything. We're just gonna, and then look, Denise. Denise going, I feel you, dog. No, she didn't want to say that. The lower jaw, I believe that was lower jaw, right, Denise? Lower jaw, was it? And was it 3 times or more? Because I only looked over. Was it 3? 3, I think it was 3. Good. So 3 is grief, joy. So I enjoy 2, 3 feeling a new aspect of my delivery outflow side. Thought I'd just share that, all about my expression and communication. How many like going, I just said 3. How many love you can just drive down the road and know what you're saying? You don't even have to be on Zoom to do it. Anyway, so we have this thing coming around. So again, language, important. Domains of language, really a big deal. Facilitation, sacred body language, imagination activation. I don't know what's still standing there. Outcome facility, all of those things right there change your own entire life. I watch breathing. If somebody holds their breath, that's a pattern. That they got it. I don't have to know any more that if they hold their breath, there's a thought form in there that's not letting spirit move. It's not wrong. It's just showing, yo. And that you get this body says, I'm holding, because there's a holding going on in there. And then revision code. And what does this turn into? Biooptic holography, the most amazing snapshot of where a person is and what their mission in life is and exactly what they do. And the minute they change anything, now I will change. Environmental, external, internal. If I feel something inside and I feel something outside, experience it outside, they're the same. How many have issues with things in your environment or outside world? It's you. If you have a charge, it's you. And it means it's not bad. It means you're here to change that in you and watch it change outside. Spine, a whole bunch on that. Playing 125. Everyone, if you choose to be victorious in this moment, start playing 125% each and every second of each and every day. And that means playing more than you ever have in your entire life, moment to moment to moment. Everyone, yeah, I can play. I recommit to playing 125 or show up. And then I can go, all right, that's 100%. I committed to 125. You show up more and more. It means you love more. You be more fully there. You share. If I would ask, where are we doing with our team? Many of you didn't share, and I could watch your little body go, and I'd really like to, but blink, 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 Roseanne, blink, 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 Roseanne, blink, 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 Roseanne, blink, 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 Roseanne, blink, 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 Roseanne. Look at you. I want to pray about that. Anyway, just kidding, honey. But I think, oh, Lord, have mercy. I first I slap my hands, and then I pray. And I just so you know, no judgment to anybody. I got my own version, but how many love the idea that we're giving signals that the rest of the world may not know? And how many like to know if you've got fluttering going on and you're blinking? Those are all filters. So play 125%. Yes. Technology of agreement. How many like making and keeping agreements is really important. Enthusiasm. 125 and enthusiasm are the same. Entheos, God in you. So how many love bugging the crap out of the illusion with your enthusiasm? How many have ever had a child so enthusiastic that you had to just surrender? Anyone? I tell the story about my daughter. I'm going to do it quick. She comes into the kitchen. Dad, may I have a cookie? I'm chopping what veggies. No, honey, we're going to eat in a minute. Dad, may I please have a cookie? Standing right there, lasering me. No, honey, we're going to eat in a minute. But inside, I'm having to not look at her because I want to start laughing, going, who are you? I mean, because I would have given up. I would have stolen a cookie. I would have done something as a kid. One no, and I'm on a third time. Dad, may I have a cookie? Fourth and fifth time, shortening this up. And I cannot look at Helena because Helena's right there doing what she's doing with dinner. So Divinity stops and turns to Mom. Mom, may I have a cookie? And we're both doing our best not to laugh because we don't want to shame her. Got it? We're going, keep it up, girl, but no, we're going to eat in a minute. Mom, may I please have a cookie? 5 times. Stops for a minute. May I go next door to play? Yes, we got an agreement that she goes next door. Tell them to send you home in half an hour. She comes home in half an hour. She has a stack of 10 cookies. How many go, I recommit to my enthusiasm? Come on, right now, I recommit to entheos and start, bug the crap out of doubt. I choose to know. In my team, with somebody goes, I haven't done it yet. How about now? How about now? Anyone? Come on. How about now? How about now? And it becomes fun sometimes. Sometimes my team might be going, it doesn't matter what they're doing because I still have fun. Anyone? Anyone? Come on. All right. Enthusiasm. We get one thing out of today. Everyone across the platform of consciousness. I play 125 and I recommit to my enthusiastic life and immediately go do what you don't want to do. Write down 15 things you don't want to do and have it done in a half an hour. Then write 15 more down. Pretty soon you got all that crap done. You start to live your victorious life motivated by benefit. Co-empowerment, instead of codependent. Healthy boundaries. You teach your world where you are and how to respect you. And seeing perfection. One of the most important things is to see through the illusion to perfection. Body language teaches that. Sacred bioopticolography taught me that. I literally, when I would see a contraction, I knew inside of that is an expansion every single time. So I wouldn't see the contraction. I would see the expansion waiting for agreement. That's real for me. Emotional octaves, again, from emotion to motion, and healing universal code. All right. So I was going to go into these, but no, we will do them at some future moment. So my team and those that are experiencing this in other platforms, the best in my experience for where we are right now is to recommit to 125. Play more than you ever have. Play. Mariana Masingo was our staff. They used to sit up front in the classes out here. And the staff were to be a quiet, dignified presence and vote victory. And so they weren't to say anything or whatever. They were just up there. And, I let them, take the class, vote victory, staff, that kind of stuff. And I said, how many make an agreement to play 125%? Mariana had staffed at that point 20 times. And I'm getting the agreement in the class and explaining what I mean by play and all that. She goes, oh, play. I go, yeah, thanks, Mariana. Yes, thank you. And her job is to be quiet. So yes, and play. Yes, Mariana, that's correct. Play. I'm going, what's going on? I thought it was work. The word didn't resonate as play. Do you all know the fastest way to health is start playing? Have fun. Even right now, how many have, I'm going to tell your face, I play, especially when I'm not supposed to. How many get caught playing? Come on, come on, make a stick. Anyone? How many played through certain grades and then gave it up? How many snuck out of algebra because the teacher had one eye that was blind and she always wrote this way and the door was over here? We did. Anybody that sat in that third of the room could sneak out. We didn't have WD-40 back then. We oiled the door so it opened and closed quietly. And anyone sitting over here, the minute she would start, that's all she did all day. Is, she was blind in one eye. Cuffy and Fluffy, I don't remember which one she was. There are two women that lived together and they called each other Flo, Cuffy and Flo, whatever. And so we would sneak out. If you can imagine the rest of the kids just looking ahead going, don't give it up, don't get up. You get in trouble when all class are got up. How many like playing? Come on. How many are doing your job and still like playing? Play full out. Roseanne's over there going ding, 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 ding. Roseanne, those are not wrong. Those are just filters. How many of you have been filtering? Well, I'm not quite sure. I think I should. Anyone? Me too. Winking, blinking, and nod. Anyone? So how many, just do this, 125, play more than you ever have. Right now, and then the minute, if you notice you're playing less than 125, everyone will notice you're playing less than 125 every minute of your life, because 125, when you play it, becomes 100%. And you committed to 125. And the minute you play your next 125, you did it, that's 100%. What's your commitment? 125. And this is how we speed up to the velocity of ever increasing love and grace in our life. I love two people on mine, Claudia and Denise. Right, you're right stacked on each other on my thing. You both, you both rub your lip. I got something to say about that. I think and I feel. I think and I feel. I'll go over if you like. You're playing and the share. How many? No, that's what was going on. Yes. And Denise going, well, what would that sound like in the receiving end? I mean, what would I get from, I can do, I can, I will, I can, I will, I can, I will, I can, I will, I can. Hold on now. I can do this. I can. And by the way, in the Native Americans, they would call this their joy position or their elbow. But I'm going to get this, the right here, gut, stomach. I enjoy playing 125. Wow. And wow, upside down is mom. So any of you that where our new version is going to print very soon, we're going to find out today how quick we are, because I was in it late last night. I saw Cynthia in it late last night. And it's what we have now. I love what we have now. I love what we have now. I love what we had before. I love what we have now. And I mean, it's really helping get into the actualization of who we are. So any of you who go, this is an exploration, this is not a formal, this is an informal. If you go, I choose to explore, because we'll have meetings on it, being a My Word Made Flesh facilitator. And SBLT is in it, conscious language in it, biooptic, there's all kinds of tools, but there's 44 specific things in the class I have identified. And Victoria has complimented me and said, what's the deal, man? They're the ones. But she does it her way. I do my version of Victoria because she's so passionate. Got it? And I mean, how many get? There's deeper experiences in there, and I can help you with that because that's what I'm here for. And how many like the idea of helping our world go, hey, I've got the system going. You could sit there all day long and just start taking calls in. How many get? If you've got the original one, you could even go through with specific oils. We're going to go with generic oils, still specific, but open architecture. And how many like asking somebody a question that changes their entire life? Oh, yes, I have this going on. Oh, that's them waking up. That's not a full transformation yet. So that alone will help them. Instead of feeling like this thing has attacked me, they go, oh, I see. That's exactly why my body's talking to me. Denise is going wild on that one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Jackie's going, that's right. That's right. Do you all get this? The Zoom thing has helped me read at least a small window of body language for everyone. I can't see what's going on with your feet. I'm going to get that. And, you're whatever you're doing, but it's all, even every micro movement. So, and then imagine being able to go, all right, let's try this decree, be able to suggest some nutrient that makes a difference, not to heal what's wrong. We're not doing it that way. We're here while you do whatever you do. Let's restore faith. And this is where essential oils, in the compliant thing, I've been in the natural health industry and stuff for my adult life. And I've learned I don't even like having to say orange juice is good for you. Because in way back 51 years ago, I went and taught a class in Gary, Indiana, and my sponsor said, you cannot even say that orange juice is good for you. Or there would be somebody there attempting to arrest us. So I say, if I was talking about female herbs, I'd say, when I have my monthly thing, what I take is, of course, the whole class knew that I don't have my monthly moon. So I'm not really, but I would learn what I do. How many like what I do? Because I can always tell what I do. And how many like the idea of being able to help people with a short throw, improve their life? How are you doing? Well, I have less pain. What returned? I'm more comfortable. They ask and you shall receive. If I ask and I receive and I go, I have less pain, I didn't state the blessing that I got. I stated it in the limitation. I feel comfort. Do you get the divine comforter is comforting us and we're saying less pain? We're missing the point. So again, this long throw, and I'll go into it next Tuesday as well, because it's a big topic. It's kind of a long topic. a long throw topic of complete metamorphosis. And now Claudia's over going, I restore my blessings on the mail. Hello, it's right here. I'm restoring my blessing. I look like a bra strap, but it's my shirt, just like whatever. I mean, for a second, anyway, it's like, no, I'm not wearing, I am wearing suspenders. So that's kind of that thing. Excuse me. It's like that in here. What can I say? Look at I will. Claudia, you need to go. I do and I will. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming on and laughing and digging and scratching consciously. Thank you for voting victory. Thank you for seeing perfection. Go ahead, Cynthia.
We have another class coming up too that is fantastic. It's called All for You. It's coming up in a couple weeks. It's a great place to start. It's a springboard.
It's the only place to start.
Yes. Well, conscious language and yes, All for You.
Yeah, because it's in there. Yeah.
It is in there. And we explain conscious language. There's so much that I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel is the whole basis for our All for You class. Absolutely fantastic. So check it out.
What's the dates?
April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, if I remember correctly.
I know, me too. That's what I was asking you. So. Yeah, it's so different not traveling all the time. Just like I just look at my thing and do it. So thank you for that. And you can still sign up for Life Upgrade Coaching Saturday, 4 hours. I'm loving the 4-hour thing. At first, I was like, I don't know. And I love it. And it's really encapsulated deep dive. You review it over and over and over again. So you can connect with support@masterysystems.com or Cynthia at masterysystems.com. So, and anyone, we're going to be at Aroma Share. So anyone that chooses iPhotos, we have 2 tables set up. We're also one of the sponsors of Aroma Share. So any of you that are going to Aroma Share or to convention, come early and bring your eyes so you can get iPhotos and get a session. We have really beautiful sessions, really. And then Cynthia will be at convention as well. So we've asked her to stay up all night long and take iPhotos as well at her Airbnb. Just kidding. And Victoria will be assisting. And so we have we'll have 3 cameras there ultimately. I mean, I'm just sharing that. So, we can be clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. So, and if I tell anybody where to start for their personal, get a bioopticalography session. So I'll have some available, and then Cynthia will be some, I believe Victoria would be some, and 2 other people, right? 2 others who are well-trained, who do a great job. And anyway, come play. Thank you all. 10:07, I vote our victory. And remember, 125, get off. I play 125. Just start. What's it like now that I am enthusiasm embodied? Thank you.